Welcome to our new series of interviews with Father Bob. The teenagers of St. Peter Parish will be interviewing Father Bob every month, asking him questions that have been on their minds. Stay tuned each month for a new video. Here is the next of many interviews to come.
Yeah, Father Bob, do you know when, our church of St. Peter's, the building, was first completed? And there are many statues in our church.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are all the names of these saints?
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what the relic is in our church?
Okay. And the altar?
In the altar.
All right. Well, our church building was completed in 1923. It's our second church. Our first church was built shortly after it was founded in 1875, and it burned down, ironically, in the place where our fire station is across the street. But this church was recommissioned to be built. It took almost 9 years. The first church burned down just before, just as World War I was beginning. And so 1922 started, 1923 completed. Maybe 1923, 1924, I'm not sure now. Okay, so, we do have a lot of different statues in the church. In the cry room, we have the statue of the Sacred Heart. Of course, right in front of the little angel room area, we have the statue of Mary and Joseph. We also have, also in the sanctuary, a big, what we call mosaic of Jesus handing the keys to Peter. Off just to the side, we have a small statue of St. Anthony of Padua. And then we have, kind of in the other alcove, right there on the west side, a nice statue of St. Peter holding the keys. And then in the back of the church, we have a wooden statue of St. Paul. Opposite him, a statue of, who I believe is St. Rocco, or St. Rock, because there's a little dog next to him and he's got a wound in his thigh. And we also have in between them what's called the Infant of Prague, a little statue that represents Jesus as a child, highlighting the fact that even as a child he was God-made man and ruler of all. So those are the statues that we have there, because we have stained glass windows and we have other mosaics. But and then in our altar we have some relics, and there's two relics in our altar. One is Saint Donatus, who was a 2nd century martyr from Rome. He was also a soldier who became a martyr. And then Saint Innocent. Now, I'm not sure exactly which Saint Innocent we're referring to. Could be, there's a Pope, Saint Innocent, from the 5th century, about year 401 or so. He was Pope in Rome. Or if there was someone that Pope was named after, who was a martyr earlier than that, I don't know. There are lots of other popes that were named saint, that were named innocent, but only, I think the first one was the saint. So that's whose little bones are in our altar.
Okay.
And we have them there. Let me tell you why we have them there. We have them there because, martyrs made the ultimate sacrifice imitating Jesus. So we want kind of us to remember that as we offer Jesus to the Lord, we too are to be a living sacrifice to God. And we offer our lives with the Lord. And plus also there's a passage in the Bible, the book of Revelation, that speaks of the martyrs are under the altar of God, crying out and praying. And so it's kind of really taking that imagery from the book of Revelation and kind of making it a little bit real, so we put their relics in the altar. How's that?
That's good.
All right, good.
Okay.